Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy Saturday, January 30th, 2021. How is everyone doing, huh? Yeah, I'm doing my podcast. Today, I woke up late and I'm kind of fucking like broken heart. Uh, I don't want to go too much into details, but my girlfriend was over here last night, and we ordered some hibachi from that Japanese place. We had a great time, and I don't know what the hell happened. She went to the bathroom, and then she came back. We were watching a movie, and then she sat down, and she was like, you were dating another woman. I'm like, what are you talking about, baby? Like, I know, you're lying, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, baby, listen, I'm not dating anybody else. What are you talking about? And I'm actually not. I mean, all of a sudden, she's like, no, I'm just going to go home. And I'm like, baby, what do you mean? We just started watching a movie. And this is after, we had food and all that, right? She was having a glass of wine. I sipped like maybe a couple of like maybe sips of the wine that she liked, which I actually bought from the wine shop down on Warren Street or Washington. And I'm just heartbroken. I'm just like, this is giving me a fucking heartache. It's like not heart attack, but a heartache. That she just, and she's not even talking to me. And I was texting her, and this is, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm not dating anybody else, and I don't know. Maybe she didn't want to just like fucking, be with me or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, this is not. I mean, I don't know, man. Just like fucking. I'm just heartbroken. That's what it is. I was really like into her, and she was really into me too. And I don't know what the hell she saw in the bathroom. I had no fucking idea. But in any case, no, I know what she saw in the bathroom. She saw a fucking condom, whatever the fuck it is. I don't want to too much go into fucking details. But I haven't dated anyone since last Friday, so it doesn't jive. So without going into too much detail, I'm just like fucking, you know, I'm just fucking, I don't know what the fuck, dude. And we were just like, I felt like we were meant for each other. I don't know. I guess that's how relationships are. So I'm just going to give her some space and, just whatever, she has to do. Or, I mean, I'll call her maybe in a couple of days. Call her maybe tomorrow. Um, so, yeah, that's my story from Friday night, last night. And, I was just like fucking so sad, like after she left. And I was trying to watch that show that I am watching. What the fuck is it, dude? Um, it's Dark Matter, Dark Matter on Netflix. And I couldn't even focus. I'm like, she just walked out. And she drives over. She has a car. She drives over, and she just went down to the parking garage, here in my building, and she took out the car, and I went down, and I'm like, hey baby, just can you wait? She just drove off. So here I am, I mean, being in love with someone, I don't know, maybe it was just too soon, whatever. But, I just feel that, and I've told her, that I have feelings for her, I have developed feelings for her, and it just like breaks my heart, that she just walks out. And the matter of the fact, or fact of the matter, however you put it, is that I'm not dating anybody else. So I don't know. I'll leave it up to the Lord Jesus, the Christ, whatever, whatever. It's like, and I was actually telling her yesterday, like falling in love is a being in love is love in itself is a fucking bitch sometimes, like something happens, something like this happens, She just walks out and she doesn't want to talk to you, and at least she should say, hey, so you are a jerk or something like that, whatever. But it was the truth, I was not dating anyone. I didn't have anybody here since the previous Friday we dated. So she's, I don't know, maybe she was smoking too much pot or whatever. I had no fucking idea, dude. So I'm just kind of heartbroken, and it was a good thing going on between us, It was a fucking good thing going on between us. And we had plans to actually, go somewhere, warmer, go on like a long weekend. And towards the end of May, the Memorial Day weekend, that long weekend. And actually, I was looking at the flights yesterday to go to like not Miami, but fucking Miami, to go to Hawaii, and I was talking to her, and then all of a sudden she's like, we didn't even get into an argument, and I was trying to like defend myself, I'm like, baby, no, that's not the truth, I'm not. I mean, do you want to like open up my chest and look into my fucking heart and just see for yourself, So I'm sorry, I apologize if I feel a little down tonight, then I was talked to my friend Jim, and he was like, man, she's young and you're old. I guess that's true. Then I was talking to my sister, and just like, stuff, man. Stuff being in love, just like fucking, and I can't afford to have like multiple women in my life at the same time. I'm fucking old, And I thought that I have found that connection with her. I found that connection with her, and it was an open, an honest relationship we had. I would say I loved her, and she would say, yeah, she loves me too, and blah blah blah, and just like. Anyway, so I'm not going to do a whole fucking like hour-long podcast. I'm sorry, I apologize, and I don't think I have anything in my cheat sheet anyways. So, my sister was like, why don't you come hang out with us, her and her boyfriend. I'm like, no, I have work to do, and I was actually working. I was working for like a few hours. I went up to, I was joking with my girlfriend, I sent her a text, listen, that fucking, stupid fucking condom you saw in the fucking trash in the bathroom, that's when we had sex last time, maybe. Am I disclosing too much information? I'm sorry. But that's the fucking truth, And she doesn't, I don't know, she doesn't believe me or whatever the fuck it is, dude. And here I am, just like, she's not talking to me. So... I don't know. So, no, I was joking with her today, I woke up and then I made my egg whites and I had the toast and, the orange juice and I texted her, I was I said, listen, okay, fine. You don't want to talk to me. You don't want to see me again. Fine. I'm just going to go up on Hudson and feed the seagulls, And I just made me kind of like smile or, like I said, laugh I had, I think. But yeah, I'm going to call her maybe on Wednesday. Not Wednesday, but on Monday, I think. And let's see. I mean, if she says that she doesn't want to hang out with me anymore, it's fine. I can't force her. So, but again, love is a bitch. Falling in love and then the other person leaving, this whole thing happens all of a sudden, and it just like fucking, breaks you down, man. Just like, and I'm a fucking emotional person, and I mean, I have an emotional side. I guess we all have. And like I said, we didn't even argue. She just left, and I said, baby, hold on. At least let me walk you down. If you want to leave, that's fine. But she and I had this thing going on, man. It was just like perfect. Just like, we would meet once a week. We'd go out, or just she'd come over to my place. We'll hang out, get some food, and then we would watch a movie, and then she would just like drive back to her place, So I kind of fucking miss her, man. Kind of fucking miss her. Although it's just like fucking yesterday, so it is what it is, Sorry, I apologize for sounding so fucking like ridiculously down. But how's everyone doing? Huh? How's your weekend going? I'm just taking it easy. I'm just doing my podcast. I had some leftovers, and then I had some cheesecake and the chocolate cake, and we had yesterday for dessert, and just all these, we just hugged yesterday, and I'm like, I kissed her, and I kissed her neck, and I'm like, baby, my baby, and just like all these scenes are like fucking running in front of my eyes, and it just gives me a heartache, Sorry. I don't know. Like, if I date another woman, it's not going to be the same. I just feel maybe it's just the time. I think, if we don't see each other again, or if we don't talk again, I guess I'll just leave it up to the time, because time is the best healer. Isn't that what they say? Time is the best healer. It would be hard for me to forget her, I guess, as with any relationship, But that's life, that's fucking life. So, I didn't get drunk or anything like that, after that. Means, I mean, I didn't want to have that fucking trigger to like drink, it's like. And, but what happened was that I was like in the middle of this emotional like sandstorm in my head, after she left, and so I went to the web shop today, right? Yesterday, actually, after work, and before she came over, and I got this CBD, gummies jar, these sweets. I had half of that, and then it just made me fucking like up until like 3 o'clock in the morning, CBD, CBD is supposed to like, I thought I was fucking tripping or something like that, because it made me fucking feel weird. Maybe I took too much. I don't know what it was, but it was like so fucking powerful. Um, and I couldn't go back to sleep, and I was going through these emotions. So I basically just listened to some. I listened to some like fucking amazing music, with the melody and all that, And I just went into some sort of a meditation. It was like beautiful. The sounds, in my headphones and all that. It just felt so good, and I was just smoking vapes, and then I did that CBD thing. I ate that, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I mean, did that contain something else in that fucking thing? CBD, CBD is just cannabinoid, from hemp plant. It is not supposed to have any THC in it, blah blah blah. But yeah, I was going through that last night, and then I finally, fell asleep. I woke up around 10 o'clock, and then I drank some water, and then I went back to sleep. So yeah, here I am. I was driving actually. I just wanted to go up on Hudson and just walk in one of those parks along the along the shore, along the riverbank, Hudson River bank, on the Jersey side of Hudson, and it's beautiful. You can see all the skyline, Manhattan skyline. It was fucking cold as fuck. And apparently for all you people up here in Northeast, we have a snowstorm coming up. I think hopefully it's not a fucking snowstorm; it's just a regular snow on Monday. Apparently, I went to drop off my laundry at my laundry place, and the first thing the lady, I think she's Japanese, she said was, "Oh, are you prepared?" In her accent. I can't do Japanese accents. I'm sorry. As much as my accent is accentual, is that what you say? Is that how you say it? No, accentual is a different word, sir. As much as I have an accent. My accent is heavy. But so she was saying that. I'm like, what? Because I didn't see that when I was checking the fucking weather, on dark sky, that app on my phone. Because usually when I wake up, I look up, dark sky to see what the fucking weather is. I'm like, oh, thank you, lady, for giving me the good news. And I was joking with her. I'm like, I don't care about Monday because I'll be just working in the office, or I'll be working from home. Although I think I have a Zoom meeting on Monday with my accountant. In the afternoon, and the regular work stuff. Let's talk about something else. I'm sorry. Again, I'm just down, and I'm just thinking about my girlfriend, and just like I'm trying to like fucking distract myself. I did that for a few hours through work and all that, and I was listening to podcast. Lex Friedman. He had fucking Tim Dillon on. He's a comedian, fucking great comedian. Here from Long Island. He lives in LA now. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of things are happening. COVID is not fucking going anywhere. And there's a lot of like fucking, people on either side of the aisle, political aisle, trying to shoot arrows at each other, you know. And a lot of things are getting lost in translation, you know, falling through the fucking cracks instead of like working on real issues in a practical way, you know. Whoever's in charge, I guess, that's what I mean. That's who I mean. And so instead of bickering over like, you know, political, you know, differences and all that, and I mean, that's typical of any political establishment, you know. You would think that these people should work on the issues which are facing this nation, you know. Issues, you know, from immigration to like, you know, COVID is a new issue, obviously, this year. Has been last year. And then the other big thing that these Democrats are pushing for is the climate change. I understand. I totally understand. I get it. That, you know, that the temperatures are changing, the climate is changing, the weather is changing. Although I thought we wouldn't have any snow this year because of the climate change, but I guess, I mean, you know, when I say climate change pertaining to Northeast, is that we used to get a lot of snow, but we don't. But this year looks like we're going to get some snow, if not anything, you know. So we can't, you know, overnight convert all the fossil fuel guzzling cars and, you know, trucks and whatever else, you know, airplanes into all electric or other clean energy sources. We can't do that overnight. And Biden is saying that, oh, we should have all the federally owned cars to be converted into all electric, right? EVs, electric vehicles. Yeah, but how many percentage of that is, right? In any case, so you get my point. So we have to have an infrastructure in place. We have to have, you know, I understand we have to have, you know, these acts passed, laws passed. But passing a law is easier if that law cannot be implemented, practically speaking, right? So I'm like, we don't have the infrastructure in place, right? We don't have the fucking infrastructure in place. All these cars are manufactured by these private companies, right? And how is the government going to mandate them to actually convert and not produce any cars that use fossil fuel, like traditional gasoline or diesel, right? How is that going to be mandated? I don't understand. I mean, you know, first of all, you need batteries for the cars, right? If you're producing like 5 million cars, where are you going to get the batteries from, right? I understand Tesla is doing that. Tesla has their own battery manufacturing companies, right? They have their own fucking whatever the fuck it is, right? So that's one thing. And then you have to have fucking charging stations, you know? That's not going to be something that's going to be done overnight. And these people don't understand it. They're just fucking making castles in the air, you know? Yeah, every one of us wants a clean technology, clean air, you know? And I don't know. And I don't want to just fucking rant on this because I have ranted too much in my previous podcast on this and many other issues. So I just want to talk about something, you know, something different, you know, something different. What is it that you want to talk about, sir? I guess, you know, this feeling, you know, I think I said that in one of my previous podcasts, that this feeling of like longing for someone, you know, someone, you know, it's just a good feeling, you know, it's just a good feeling that you feel like you care for someone, you know, you care for someone and you want to be with them, and, you know, and it's just, I think love somehow is, is some sort of a foundation of the human psyche. I think it's some sort of a foundation, you know, of the, I think, I don't know, I don't want to like fucking, you know, say things which don't make any fucking sense, you know. What I would say is that I think love has some meaning in the scheme of, you know, large things, you know, universal, cosmic, whatever you call it. And it's just a good feeling. It's just such a good feeling, you know. And then if you talk about Gnostic, you know, love, Gnosticism and love and being in union with someone, you know, and then just like not caring about anything else, and you just feel like you are in this bliss and time of bliss and always bliss and like unimaginable happiness, you know. I mean, that's something that we all crave for, right? I think our souls, our innermost selves, I think that's what I wanted to say. Our innermost selves actually long for that, you know. Just, am I saying all this because I'm just feeling this heartache? No, I think I'm talking in general and on a much bigger scale, that love has somehow this value, you know. It's just such a value, such a great value that it has. Yeah, love can be a bitch. Falling in love, you know, it's not easy. What the fuck am I saying? I'm sorry, I'm just like not in my own fucking thoughts. I'm just like digressing from one topic to the other. Are we going to have a cure for the fucking pandemic by the end of this year? Hopefully, you know, vaccines and all that. Let's not talk about that. So let's just stay on the topic, sir. Let's just focus on what we are talking about. I think it's a great topic to have. So how do you harness the power of love? You know, how do you harness the power of love? I think you can do it, you know, through meditation and through, you know, being in that state of mind, you know. Like, I'm not talking about you start, you know, hugging trees and like, oh, I love you and blah, 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 you know. I'm not talking about that. This longing, you know, we have for like some other beloved from other dimension. I think that's what it is. So, I don't know. I mean, that's what I felt last night, you know. And I think a lot of people, a lot of, you know, famous people have talked about this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking fucking gibberish. I'm sorry. But I know what I'm saying. I mean, you know, love is a powerful, you know, love is a powerful feeling, as well as it can be a powerful, like, fucking, you know, tool for your mind to like focus and just meditate and just love and just, you know. And then it has to be a practical way, you know, practical way to like fucking, you know, use that, use that power of love. And I mean, we are not in the fucking 13th century or whatever the fuck it was, when the Sufis were in love with, I don't know what the fuck it is, our Western ideology of, this like being in unison with somebody and just, I don't know, dumb it down to the three-dimensional space and time is our love and longing for others, And that's one of the ingenuity, is that how you say it, of human emotion. I mean, if you don't feel love, if you don't feel like you are, if you don't feel like you are devoid of love, or I mean, it's easier to be somehow a victim of the love, or feeling like not being loved enough. And yeah, I mean, for me, I think it also like brings up my own fucking, life that I had wasted, and like just being, by myself, and like, or, not practically working on like having a serious relationship, And I thought that this was going great, we just started like a few months ago, and I don't know, man. But I'm sorry, I don't want to like circle back to the same thing. But yeah, I mean, and I was just praying, yesterday, that even before my girlfriend was over, she drove over. I came home, after work, and then I ordered some food for delivery, and then I just prayed, and I'm like, I prayed to whoever, I mean, I don't really believe in a traditional God or something like that. And I think I mentioned that in one of my previous podcasts, about how the human beings have actually brought religion, and how a God was not invented, but somehow this term God was given to some sort of an entity. Probably most likely in a higher dimension, but I have never been in a higher dimension, or never been. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, but I was just praying. I just sat in my couch, and I just prayed. Just please, just don't. Just don't. Please, I just pray to you that I have good things going on in my life. As we speak, and just don't put me through another like test, And I was actually having these recurring dreams of being in a fucking like exam, or in a school, and not being able to finish the exam, and I'm behind all the other students, and I was having the recurring dream, and I was looking up on the internet, like what. Because I don't really believe in people telling you what the dreams are, or what they mean, in real life, or in waking life. But apparently, it means that you have something that in your waking life that you need to work on it. I don't know. Maybe this is what it was. I have no idea. So yeah, I prayed, and and then we had a great time. In any case, okay, so it's already 34 minutes, everyone. I presume you all are having a great weekend, staying warm, and I'm just staying in, and I'm just going to do my podcast, and just watch the I think final few episodes of season 3 of Dark Matter. That's a great show. although it's kind of convoluted. It goes from like fucking, whether they are robots or, the characters are real, or, whether they are just like a fucking, clones or whatever the fuck it is. You guys can watch it. It's on Netflix. Great show, Dark Matter. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and wish me the best of luck with my girlfriend. I'll say to her, listen, baby, I'm sorry, I apologize if you feel that way. And we had a great thing going on, and I don't have to. I told her, after I met you, I didn't have to like be with somebody else. All right, okay, I don't want to fucking go on and on about this, but I mean, it's part of life. People, I guess, relationships, people. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing. Especially for me, I don't have a wife or kids, or, and I'm fucking 47, my time is like, my clock is ticking, and I don't want to, fucking, jinx, my own fucking, whatever the fuck it is, but I feel that, this is the time for me to actually like being a fucking like, some sort of a quasi serious relationship with somebody, because why the fuck not, right? Why not? I mean, if I'm living my life, I work and I work hard, and what's the point if I can't just take it easy with the one that I love, just spend some quality time with her, and and that's what was going on between me and her. And if something as basic as having like some time for yourself to be with your loved one, intimacy, whatever, obviously we all need intimacy, and human beings, we are all human beings with our needs, So what's the fuck, then what's the fucking point, of like just working and working and working and coming back to an apartment that's empty, and it's like, this thing has been on my mind, and am I like going to sound like quite the opposite of what I was sounding like in my last podcast? I'm sorry. This is not the antithesis to that one. I mean, this podcast is not an antithesis to my last podcast, but yes, I do still believe in the fact that, regardless of whether you spend time with your loved one or, with your friends and family and whatever, it's also about you, obviously in my case, it would be spending my time with myself, and like just being in my own state of mind of positive thoughts, and basically being in a state of well-being. Being in a state of well-being is that whatever, you get my point, right? It's all about us. It's all about you, And then the relationships come and go. I get it, but it's just hard, It's just very hard. All right, everyone. So what I was trying to say, just to finish that thought, is that I still feel that I do want to be that guy who lives on the outskirts of the town, and he just lives in his own life, in his own like fucking life, and doesn't want to be bothered. I still have that, and it just makes me who I am. But that doesn't make me feel like isolated. I do want to spend quality time with people, other my loved one, my girlfriend, and or whatever, with friends, or my sister's, and her boyfriend, and talk to people, reach out to people. I was talking to one of my friends that I met previously, and just reaching out, and just allocating the time, wisely to your own self, dividing it to work, and work, and using it in a productive way. That's all that matters. All right. No, I'm not the shaman on the outskirts of the village. Being in other dimensions all the time. No, I'm not that. Um, I'm not that strong to do something like that. Do I have anything on my cheat sheet, everyone? Because I'm going to close my podcast again. I'm sorry if I feel down. I'm down, without a doubt. Heartbroken, whatever you call it. Let's see, everyone. So I have only one topic, and then maybe we can close the podcast, right? I have one topic, and this is what I was thinking about. I was watching that show, right, Dark Matter, and obviously any futuristic show set in future, sci-fi, would have some element or many elements of a future world, right? Where you'll have machines or robotic, humanoid machines to assist ourselves, and extend our minds, to do the tasks that we can't do, right? For example, computers are an extension of our mind, right? Our phones are whatever you have, right? Whatever have you. And I was thinking about, I think this is also a storyline or aspect of many futuristic movies, is that when the robots actually learn to act and talk and show the abilities just like a human would do, and they look exactly like humans, right? Obviously, in the movies they do, but then you realize under the skin there's actually a metal skeleton, right? With all the fucking wires and motherboards and whatnot, right? Motors and whatnot. So, and this is the theme of many movies, I think. But again, movies do predict the future. So, what if the humanoid robots actually somehow learn to feel the emotions and show their emotions? And I'm not talking about like robots taking over the world or AI taking over the world. I'm talking about their own survival, So they realize that they look like humans, and they act like humans, and they do everything human, Even they are having sex like humans, may not be exactly as the real sex. I mean, or whatever, eating food, or having a drink or whatever, right? Whatever have you. So, and then one robot gets rogue, right? Goes rogue, and kills few human beings, and then there's a decree that all humanoid robots should be, put into into a corner or in some area of the planet, or whatever the fuck the planet we are on, right? Our world we are on in future, and then these humanoid robots, they have been designed based on the actual human design, right? design of the human body and all that, right? And then it appears that they are being like fucking hunted down, right? Isn't that the fucking theme of what is that movie? Blade Runner 2049 and Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner. But in any case, so then what happens? What happens at that time? When you can distinguish from a real human, a robot from a real human, or vice versa, right? And so then it becomes a point of survival for these robots, right? Humanoid robots, and it just becomes a whole fucking, world, a future world. I mean, is that something that's going to happen? It may, actually. It may. We already fucking, scared of like fucking AI, and even people like Elon Musk and all these people, when they talk about AI is going to take over the fucking world, which I don't believe. If anything, I would be like sympathetic to the humanoids robots. They're being hunted and blah blah blah. When they're not doing anything. When they are just trying to live their life, right? Without seeing death, whatever it is, I have no fucking idea. But I mean, that was an interesting topic that I thought I should share. So yeah, that's it, everyone. And in terms of movies and shows, there are no movies coming out. I think I mentioned that last time, or maybe the previous podcast. At least I don't see any new movies. I'm pretty sure there are movies coming out, but I have to look into that. But from that article from BBC that I actually mentioned in one of my last podcasts, right? There are some great movies coming out this year, and I'm looking forward to them. I'm just finishing, like I said, Dark Matter. That's a great show. Is Mandalorian is back, right? Mandalorian is back. So is the second season over? I think it's over, right? Second season is fucking over. So I gotta find another show, which I can binge watch over the weekend or whatever, until I fucking pass the fuck out, right? Yeah, so I will see you all. I shall see you all, I guess, next weekend, and have a great weekend.